Morning, morning. So I'm here at the RADA building in Mandeville, and I come to visit with Mr. Fearon, Albert Fearon. He is the person who runs CARDI. Good morning, Mr. Fearon. Are you the person that in charge of this office here in Mandeville, right?
I am the animal productionist at CARDI, responsible for livestock in general, and with emphasis on sheep and goats. Well, I must welcome you to CARDI.
What does CARDI? I mean, you know, this word CARDI, which also stands for the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute. What is CARDI and what is their function, and what is CARDI all about?
Well, CARDI is a regional organization. It's a CARICOM organization. Mm-hmm. We operate out of all CARICOM countries, and matter of fact, we are the only autonomous organization that is responsible for agricultural research in the region. You know, so we cover all types of agricultural research, and each island, the emphasis might be a little bit different on each island, but we cover all aspects of agricultural research.
One of the things is that the question is always being asked. I mean, even recently, I was talking about rabbit with you recently, and that's one of the things. So this is the organization that does all the research on plant material, animal, you know, as it pertains to the small ruminants. But you also cover cattle and other, but are you mainly small ruminants?
No, not cattle, especially in Jamaica, because Jamaica is so well established in terms of the cattle. So CARDI in any country cannot go in and do whatever they want. You know, and especially in Jamaica, who have other research, like the Ministry of Agriculture, you have other organizations like that. So CARDI is mandated to do specific things. In Jamaica, our main focus is on natural resource management.
Okay.
Water.
You are part of water resources.
Water resources.
Fodder,
we have done research on those different things. But in terms of livestock, our main emphasis here is sheep and goats. That's what we've been doing over the years for livestock. But we also do several other things. For example, right now, coconut industry in the region, it was at a level where it needs attention. So we have just completed a research project in terms of reviving the whole coconut industry, not only in Jamaica but in the region. So we team with other countries that are advanced in coconut production, like Fiji and so on. So they're doing that not only in Jamaica but across the region. But it is being managed from Jamaica. Our officer scientist in Jamaica is the lead person for the coconut project. Yes.
So we're going to now have a look at, we're going to visit now the farm.
Sam
Motta farm.
Sheep and goat.
And that's where we're going to look at some of the animals, and we have some things to discuss there.
Okay.
Keep this wet.
Now we have a hose, we just in the dry time, we have a hose and we just sprinkle. Once you turn it over and we see it start dancing.
You see the worms in them then?
Turn it again.
So when you use this now, you sieve it?
Yeah, we sieve it and then we cut the worms and put them in. So these are not regular earthworms.
Right, this is the California worm.
This is the California red ribbons.
What you do with this compost when you finish with it?
We use it back in the crops.
Okay.
We use it back in the crop, and you have people who come in and buy it as well. Their
gardeners.
The horticulture people come in
and buy it from you.
Purchase it. Yeah. So we use this manure, all of this manure, what we don't put in the compost. If we're doing any crop production, we we use it to do soil building, and then we also put on the pasture.
But the heat, like your climate up here is very cool.
There's not much heat when it breaks down.
No, but in you know, Clarendon or Kingston or other parishes that is very hot. Maybe St.Elizabeth. Because I always thought that the heat you have to have it covered.
No, we cover this, but not matter. We gave some worms to the person who does this. He started up from here, but he built a pit, built a shed.
Right.
Over it. So how we do it here, they start to cover.
Oh.
And the main reason for that,
shade.
Main reason for that.
You know what I've done already? What I used to do with this? I never put the California worm, but natural worms eat this also.
Yes.
Insects and so forth.
Yeah, man.
And I always just put it in a pile and leave it.
Well, we do that right there.
And you know what I will, and once it keeps wet, we keep it moist just to say. And then maybe a month or so after, you just let go the chickens in there and they scratch it right.
Okay.
Eat it up.
Yeah.
And then you can shovel it back. In other words, they turn it.
Yeah.
The chicken turn it for you.
So we had a regular compost there, we just pile it there, and then every so often we turn it.
Right. What is nice about that now is the chicken to turn it for you.
Yeah.
When you let go the chicken them in there, they scratch it out,
right.
And then you can just shovel it back together again.
We turn that manual. Turns. This just went in.
Right. So you said that this greenhouse over here, you experiment for like what? Like
we have grown sweet peppers.
this is the work. It's full.
We have grown all the vegetables. Tomatoes, sweet pepper, romaine, lettuce, you name it.
Wow.
The table tomatoes.
Right.
Small tomatoes in there.
This. So the pond, you said you had a pond down there.
Yeah.
So the pond right here. So you harvest all the water from off the goat shed. Coming from the goat shed. Goes down to that pond. So line the pond also.
There's a pump.
So you have a pump and you have a solar panel that operates that pump.
Right.
And then you pump the water to irrigation.
Yes.
Okay, that's very nice. Very good. So so you have an irrigation system on the property.
We do drip irrigation.
Or you do drip irrigation?
Yeah.
Okay, for like the greenhouse you do drip irrigation
Yeah,
and
when we
stuff.
grow crops like here,
Right.
establish all this here wasn't crops. And so it is drip was our day now.
Right,
And,
okay.
change from the crop. Because we get what we want. You know, we
Right.
do what we want. Once we prove that here, this is happening and the productivity is good.
Because you were really checking the productivity of mined out backside soil
yeah.
and how you can replenish the soil and how useful lands like this can become.
Right, so we do a lot of things. We do soil before we cover it with
Soil recovery.
soil recovery. We keep on adding manure. We do cover crop too, like we plant bucuna and stuff like that.
That is the solar panel that he uses on the farm to run the solar pump.
And this one pump does
One pump irrigates the, using drip irrigation. Another thing, the grass we were talking about. Which grass here is the Bacchera grass?
This is the Bacchera.
So this is the Bacchera.
All of this is Bacchera.
So this is the Bacchera, and it's also called the Mulatto 1 and 2, right?
No.
It's a family.
No. This is not Mulatto 1 and 2.
Okay. So
This is a different type of Bacchera.
okay.
Mulatto 1 and 2, it grows more profuse.
Okay.
And we do have some, but they're way down
Far.
the bottom.
And this grass, we were just discussing earlier on that this grass, you said by October you don't make the sheep and the goats eat this grass anymore.
No.
Because you explain, Mr. Right.
Because what happened? The seed have an acid here, and during that time of the year, there's a lot of flowering on this. A lot of flowering, so the sheep will go down and eat this. But what we find out, if this Bacchera is interspersed with other grasses and legumes, the effect is not as
well, the effect is that it makes the animal sick and die.
When it gets old.
When it gets old
And flowering.
And flowering. If they eat it, they get sick. And you said a yellowing
of the eyes.
Yellowing
and
of the eyes.
membrane, and the urine is almost red.
Urine comes out almost red,
Yeah.
and it almost have a similar to look like floating.
Yes.
And they just turn over and die and stiff out.
Sometimes they bleed.
And sometimes they bleed through the nose.
And anus.
And anus too.
And the
Yes,
passing
I've
urine.
seen it through the anus also. So they bleed through the anus, and there's blood coming through the nose sometimes.
Yeah.
The yellowing, the urine becomes red, and it causes the animals to die very quickly too.
Yeah, and over a period. And when you do the autopsy,
Yes.
the liver.
It damages their liver.
The liver.
Yes, it damages the liver. And you mind, I saw it in sheep, but
Yeah,
does it happen with goats or is it just sheep?
Sheep and goat, but more so in sheep.
More so the sheep, because I saw it happening with goat. But what about, I heard, so from about December to February, that is when this,
during the winter period.
during the winter period, this chemical change within this grass.
Yeah, and mostly because that's the time the grass flowers a lot.
Right, so it's the flowering period of this
Yeah,
grass, it actually is poisonous to the animals.
Yeah, right, but some animals, for the cattle is more tolerant to it.
Right. But it affects the cattle
It
also.
affects the cattle, but they are more tolerant. That means it will not easily kill the cattle as it will do with the sheep and goats.
Okay. So the goats are not tolerant to it as
No.
as
But there's a way that we use to combat it, you know. High mineral. If you
okay.
keep the animals on high mineral, they'll tolerate it to some extent. So
So
you feed the introduced mineral.
So you feed the goats here, you will graze them between say March to
No,
October around there.
September, October.
Right,
Yes.
and then you don't put them on this grass anyhow.
No, because we have learned.
And you lost quite a big part of his herd. He lost a big part of his herd because this, and they found out the hard way.
Yeah, so we know that come that time of the year we don't let them.
What about the mulatto 1 and 2 grass? I've heard that there's something like this happening with it.
Not well. We haven't had any experience of that. Because we must realize that mulatto 1 and mulatto 2 is newly introduced. Maybe about 10 years ago.
Okay.
We get those grass. But it has a different chemical composition than the regular brachyra grass. As a matter of fact, when mulatto 1 was introduced, what we find out is that mulatto 1 does well with irrigation.
Right.
You know, but if you plant it on like the dry backside land, it won't
Don't do as well.
mulatto 2,
Did well on dry land.
it's more widely
It's
accepted.
aggressive and the growth.
It's more aggressive.
Right.
So we have
This grass you have up here, this look like African.
star.
Yes, I don't know if you can see the African star right here. This is a legume, right? You know,
No, that's sourgrass.
this?
Yeah, that's sourgrass. That's what I'm gonna use. It's not a
No, go don't eat this.
This is
The African star. Very popular here in Jamaica.
very aggressive.
Very aggressive growing grass.
And let me point out something to you. You notice you don't see any brachyra here.
No, it kills it.
You don't really kill it.
Stifle it.
It suppresses it.
It suppresses it.
So once you have this, but when you feed and this goes down, the brachyra will come up.
Right. And that's one of the reasons where we were talking about the other day, that you mustn't feed these grass lower than say maybe 10 inches.
No. And what happened to? I don't know if there's a period when grass don't grow as profusely.
Right.
So they call that the dormancy period.
Dormancy.
It goes into a dormancy. That's why we don't normally establish grass in this time of the year. And if we establish grass in this time of the year, what we're doing, the root system will develop.
Right.
You know, so you can date the root system will develop over this period, but you allow it to continue to develop. But it's not, you can't plant grass in say October and expect to get a lot out of it by December, because at the period it is cold and the grass will just sit there until you come around to the spring.
I have found that goats don't particularly like African star. Sheep love it, they'll eat it. But that's what I found, that they didn't really like the African star as much as they, like a pangolin and...
Well, no, I got it there because Pangola is very sweet.
Oh.
Pangola is very sweet.
You mean like sugary sweet?
Sugary sweet. So they'll more go to the Pangola. If you have Pangola and African Star, and they start eating the African Star, and then go to the Pangola, they'll stay in the Pangola. You know, it's because of the sweetness of it.
Okay. What about nutrition though? About the same in terms
No, Pangola is more nutritious.
More nutrition.
In terms of protein content.
So you would say in terms of grass, the best grass is the Pangolian if you have a sheep and goat operation?
The best grass that we have here is Pangola.
Locally, which are
Locally. But I must hasten to tell you that Pangola don't grow everywhere.
Yes, that is true.
Pangola don't grow everywhere.
It's a very strange grass. It
Right.
doesn't. Yes.
So if you notice, if you go to St.Catherine, some part of St.Catherine,
Yes.
you'll have a lot of Pangola. If you go to St.Elizabeth, you see a lot of Pangola. So what does that tell you?
Yes. It's like
St.Elizabeth is
dry.
flat and dry and hot. Pangola will do well. When it gets to cold, it gets like up here. We have tried to grow Pangola.
And it don't grow in this cold climate.
It grows, but it doesn't.
And today I must tell you that I'm here in Mandeville and it is very cold. I mean, it's very cold up here. That's why foreign people like to come and live in Mandeville.
Yeah. So the Pangola, and in the colder area, it develops a fungus as well.
Oh, okay.
Because of the cold. So, you know, the African Star is the one that is going to be very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive until it outgrow the rest of the grass. And of course, I must tell you that we have experimented on several parts, not only grasses but legumes. We have introduced just about all the grasses you can think about in Jamaica. And the one that survive the most. So we have done Bermuda grass. We still have some Bermuda grass here. We have done the mulatto.
Right.
We have
African
done
Star.
We have done the Guinea grass. We have the one that the local Guinea grass, and we have also introduced a type of Guinea grass that you see growing down there now.
Right.
That's the imported Guinea grass.
Right.
And we have done
The local Guinea grass. There's a local that I saw in St.Elizabeth too.
yes.
The local Guinea grass, but they say it's the same family.
It's more hardy, but it doesn't grow as tall as these.
Right.
But what I must tell you too, that Guinea grass is a very good grass. It's a high nutritional content. But you can graze Guinea grass, but you have to manage the grazing of Guinea grass. Because the Guinea grass carries in the food reserve very close to the earth. So if you overgraze Guinea grass, you're going to damage the food resource right there. So that's why a lot of people prefer to cut and carry.
Right.
Guinea grass.
When you're doing Guinea grass and king grass and
You cut and carry.
Cut
You can graze it, but it has to be managed grazing. You just don't leave, especially sheep.
Right.
You just don't leave sheep in
Sheep there, yes,
They
because
don't
as you know, people, the sheep will eat this right to
They'll
the
graze
ground,
to the ground.
and they eat even the dirt.
Yeah,
They pull the grass out the ground and eat the roots of the grass.
Right, so they bite low.
Bite very low
Yes.
and clean everything.
Right.
All right, we should go and have a look at some of the animals here. One of the things is that they have also here the only place I think in Jamaica that still has purebred alpine, you know. And this facility does sheep, goats. They have cross breeds of Nubian and boar, and cross breeds of sheep and so forth. So we have a look at here, we're looking at the different pens. That pen there was donated by the Alpart.
It's
Original pen that this facility started with. And this is an FAO program pen, Mr. Fearon. This was...
Yes, this was built under the FAO food facility project some years ago. And I must note that this particular FAO project was a project that was given specifically to the Goat Farmers Association. You know, we built several of these houses across Jamaica. I think it was about 10 of them.
Okay, yes. I've seen them around. About 10 of them were given to Small Ruminants Association members.
But this particular pen was built to house dairy animals.
Oh, this was the dairy goat side of it. Because I think this facility was specifically designated for the dairy goats side of it. Yes. For training and experiments, demonstrations and all that. And also, there was also a milk facility. There's an actual milking facility here that was all set up with the milking, FAO milking parlors with, you know, milking stands and machinery and equipment to do milking.
Yeah.
So let us go and have a look at it.
Because of staffing issue, because you know for milk you have to milk the animal very early in the morning.
And it's a training.
It's a training.
It was designed as a training institution, so it is not really something that's being used all the time.
But we have had people come here and teach them to make cheese.
Yes. Cheese, and I think you have even demonstrated cheese, lotion, yogurt. So these are some of the demonstrations that this facility have done over a period of time. Soap also, yes. I know that you have done it at some of the training seminars and so forth. And as you know, Mr. Fearon is one of the person who really have been pushing the Small Ruminants Association and pushing small ruminants in Jamaica. I think he is one of the only organization, Cardiff, that really is dedicated. They don't really do crops as much as they do small ruminants. Am I correct in saying that? Or?
Well, we do crops, but Jamaica, our Cardi has been designated as the organization that deals with small ruminants,
sheep and goat throughout the Caribbean. So we are the lead country.
But Jamaica is the lead
country for sheep and goat in the Caribbean.
So this center that we're here now is being developed by Cardi as a center of excellence for small ruminants. So we're in a process of.
You heard that, Jamaica. This what we are doing here. Excellence is the word. So. We're going to have a look inside here now. These are some of the animals that are here. But my thing is really, these are mainly crossbreed animals. But what I really am interested in, Mr. Fearon, is the alpine.
Yeah, within here you'll find some alpine. Some of them are out in the pasture. So we have mixing here with alpine. But what we're doing now, we're trying to develop some crossbred animals to measure milk yield. With the crossbred. So right now we're crossing some of these alpines with Nubian.
Right.
Because what we want to is remember we're looking at small farmers.
Right.
So if we cross the alpine, we're not losing the milking ability of the alpine, and we're also getting some animals, the crossbred bucks that can go for meat. So that's something that we want to demonstrate.
And another thing too is the udder, the conformation of the udder of the alpine is very, very good. Yes. Awesome.
That one over there is the Nubian alpine grass. So the growth rate. The father is the alpine body. So
this is your older buck. These are the older purebred buck.
Yeah.
And then this is a young fella here.
Yeah, this is a young one that
okay, like how old something like this is it?
It's about 2 years.
About a 2-year-old ram.
Probably 26 or so.
Okay.
But we want to collect some seedlings on this one.
Right.